What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's a Tuesday morning on the way to work. Man, it's getting dark a lot earlier, or it's getting light a lot later, I guess I should say. Just a few more weeks and we'll be setting those clocks backward. Fall back, if you will. It's also starting to feel a little bit like fall now in the morning. It's still going to be 88 degrees outside this afternoon. I know you're not here for a weather report, but man, the diurnal temperature ranges in southern states, Florida, hell, even Arizona, where I used to live. I mean, that's not what you consider the South, but it's definitely southern when you're looking at things latitudinally. Oh, weird word. So it's 68 degrees outside this morning, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit chilly, but I think it feels great compared to going through the summer. We're in the best part of the year, man, in my opinion, and I'm gonna take full advantage of that. So big thanks to everybody once again. I love thanking everybody for coming along. We just hit 1,600 subscribers last night, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I really am. Help me get that push to 2,000. I mean, 2,000 is not my end goal, but it's a pretty big milestone for a little channel such as myself. Anyway, what's on the agenda today? Well, it's Tuesday, so I'm just going to work, but cancel.
There's nothing to cancel.
I don't know what I say to make her come on, but there she was. Artificial intelligence, man. Putting a capital A in artificial there. I'm going to do at least one of my calipers tonight. I should really do all three. I have 6 pistons, I think, or 5. I don't know if all of them are double piston calipers or not. We'll find out. I'm going to find it really hard to believe, based on the overall condition of that Goldwing, that none of them are going to need to be replaced. So yeah, we're going to start that this evening. You know, I had this idea the other night that since I'm going to have the brake system kind of torn apart, maybe I should go ahead and rebuild master cylinders too. I don't know. The kits aren't that bad. They're about $40 a piece, but it's like, what if it doesn't need it? There's a piece of advice I got from somebody on Goldwing docs that the guy's been around a while, around the Goldwing community a while. You can see in his profile he's had many Goldwings over the years, a lot of them 80s models, early 90s models. He's currently riding a more late model 1800. The guy's been referenced in a lot of videos for being able to find solutions. He's just really smart with all this stuff. One of the first things he said to me, don't do anything that doesn't need to be done on these bikes. And I thought about that a little bit. It's like, let the sleeping dog lie. How many of you out there have been working on something and created a problem where a problem didn't exist before you touched it? I think a lot of us can relate to that. And I think that's where he was going with that. These bikes are old, man. You can't just run down to AutoZone all the time. Oddly enough, you can go to Napa for a lot of this shit, but I'll take a good look at the master cylinder when I'm taking things apart. And if the pistons look like there's a lot of wear or whatnot, or the diaphragm up in the housing looks like it's, you know, worn out or leaking or whatever, then we'll make a judgment call at that point. Go mother. I want to talk a little bit about riding gear this morning, and only because, well, it's been on my mind a lot lately anyway. I reference Discord often because, well, again, I don't have a whole lot of in-person friends. Now, I have been making a better effort to meet more people locally, but still, a lot of my interaction comes from the Discord that Shade Tree Surgeon hosts. I see a lot of comments about gear or this. Oh, I always cringe a little bit when I see people not riding with this gear or that gear, that gear. I had a couple comments on my last video about my daughter riding with no helmet, or, you know, I was wearing, when I finally got my Dickies shorts over the summer and I wore those, I had comments about that. Look, man, do you. I from deep down in the bottom of my dumb old heart, I appreciate that you have that level of concern, but have you ever told a smoker, let me just put it in reference, have you ever told a smoker those things will kill you, and they're like, oh, you know what, you're right, and they put it out and never smoke again? No, that shit doesn't work. People are going to make their own decisions. I'm not trying to clown on you, man. Again, I appreciate that you have the concern. Keep that concern to yourself. That's just my opinion. You're not going to change my mind. Sometimes I don't wear a helmet. You know why? Because I don't fucking want to. I like riding sometimes with no helmet on. If I'm going to die in a motorcycle crash after all that, then yeah, I probably fucked up. If I have my helmet on and shorts and I wreck and all of the skin is removed from my skeletal structure and my muscles are flapping around in the wind because I wasn't protected, then yeah, I probably fucked up. But I made that decision, man. I'm gonna own it. We all know the risk when we get on motorcycles. I do wear a helmet 98.3% of the time, but sometimes, man, I don't want it. I just want to let the wind flow through my hair. I can feel the energy of nature like an herbal essence commercial. I'm kidding, but sometimes I just want that freedom of riding that way, man. Nothing says freedom on a motorcycle like wrapping yourself up in mattresses, covering yourself up in Christmas lights just to say I'm safe. Oh my God, if you need to be that safe while you're riding, just get in a fucking car, man. That's my opinion on it. Again, I don't even like that I'm putting this disclaimer on there because I feel like if it's my opinion, I should just have it with no strings attached. In the spirit of the same discussion, I can appreciate that other people want to ride all buttoned up. You know, they want to feel like no matter what happened. Hell, man, I've even seen some comments out there from people, not directed to me or even anyone I know, but I've seen them around where some folks are who wear glasses as a prescription. They're scared to wear their glasses when they ride because if they crash and the glass breaks, it could stab them in the eye. My God, you can if yourself into oblivion. Absolutely if yourself just out of a ride. Why do you do that to yourself, man? Your decision, it's your fear. I guess they're all valid in some sort. I really don't want to diminish it too much, but I don't understand it. But one thing I damn sure don't do is comment on it. It's not my place. I mean, I'm doing it now. You could argue that I'm commenting on it now, but I guess I got to the point where it was talked about, you know, a few times, and I wanted to address it. If I'm gonna die, let me die in peace. Anyway, I can't stress enough how much I really don't care how much you button up when you're riding your motorcycle. If you feel like you need to be wrapped up from head to toe, please do you, man. Everybody should feel comfortable. Everybody should get to their level of safe and just ride. But leave others alone, man. I don't have your convictions. Maybe I should, but I don't. And that's fine. Just leave me alone about it. I mean, you're talking about, look, I was in the Marines. I've mentioned that several times before. I was a helicopter crew chief, which I think all the branches of the service have different names for. I think one of the branches, they call them flight engineers. Basically, I was assigned a helicopter, bureau number 163060. I worked on that motherfucker. I did the wrenching, and every time it flew while I was deployed, I was on it. So I was the crew chief in there. I was responsible for a lot of things. I did some dumb shit on that motherfucker too, man. This helicopter, I mean, it's a 100-foot long helicopter, 80 feet wide. You know, the rotor arc. Sometimes I would try to get away with doing some shit like you see out of the old Vietnam movies, where I'd strap the gunner's belt and open the door and dangle my legs out while we're flying around. One time I actually got in quite a bit of trouble for that. Somebody saw me doing that, and they came over the radio. They said 43, that was a side number. 43, tell your crew chief to get his goddamn legs back in. And then when we got back, the XO had a conversation with me. That didn't go down too well, but I don't know. Maybe I've just gotten away with a lot of things. Maybe there's a lot of decisions that I've made that should have led to much more dire consequences, but they didn't. Anyway, that's just how I feel about the whole gear thing. Do you, I'll do me. I'm not going to take any comment from here and say, you know what, I'm going to change my life. So, still no yellow shirt of maintenance, by the way. Oh, see this? My beard's gone. So I'm finally starting on these brakes I've been talking about for a long time. I've got a bad feeling about. Okay, got it. So anyway, I don't want anything I said earlier to be like, you, if you like gear or whatever. It's just leave me alone. Leave others alone.
I'll leave you alone. Yeah, exactly. Leave me alone. I know the arguments. I know the arguments for, the arguments. Well, there's not really any arguments against, except I don't want to. Sometimes. Anyway, let's get this. Let's start pumping this brake. See if I think this is the one. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but the way these Honda brakes work, this is new to me. The pedal operates this front right. I thought it was front left until just now. Pedal operates the front right and the rear brake simultaneously. I don't particularly want .4 all over me, so I'm trying to drain as much of this out as I can first before I start taking things apart and getting this caliper off. Anyway, I think I want to pick this up on a separate video. Man, I look so different without my big bushy beard. I'll explain that more later. Yeah, don't take that shit too personal if you're one of those gear folks. If you like the gear, man, just do it. What? Anyway, not trying to beat that dead horse, but as always, I do appreciate you coming along. If I offended you, let me know in the comments, I guess. I mean, I'm still not going to change my mind. I'm at the point in my life where there's not a whole lot that's going to change my mind about things that, principles, anyway. But anyway, until next time, we'll see you later.